The Man in the Reflection. Chapter 1. A Glimpse in the Mirror. Ethan had never believed in the supernatural. Ghost stories, urban legends, and horror movies never fazed him. But that changed the day he saw the man in the mirror. It started on a quiet Sunday evening. Ethan was alone in his apartment, brushing his teeth, when something. At first it seemed like nothing, a trick of the light maybe, but as he leaned in closer, he noticed something that sent a chill. The reflection in his own movements felt slightly delayed. Lick. His reflection blinked too late. A cold shiver ran down his spine. He rubbed his eyes, splashed water on his face, and forced a laugh. "I'm just tired." But as he turned away, leaving the bathroom, for a split second in the corner of his eye, the reflection didn't turn with him. It just stood there, staring. Chapter 2. The Wrong Reflection. Ethan tried to ignore it. He told himself it was his imagination. Maybe his brain was just playing tricks on him. But it kept happening. Whenever he passed a mirror, a lingering unease crawled up his spine, a sense that something wasn't quite right. Then came the night he finally tested it. Standing in front of the bathroom mirror, he took a deep breath. Slowly, he raised his right hand. His reflection did the same. Then he lifted his left hand. Again, the reflection mirrored him perfectly. Ethan let out a shaky breath. See? Nothing wrong. But just as he was about to turn away, the reflection smiled. Ethan hadn't. His stomach dropped. He staggered backward, knocking over his toothbrush holder. His reflection was still smiling. And then, just as suddenly as it had appeared, the smile vanished. His reflection looked normal again, copying his every move. Heart pounding, Ethan ran out of the bathroom and didn't look at another mirror for the rest of the night. Chapter 3. It Knows I See It. Ethan avoided mirrors as much as he could. But reflections were everywhere. In shop windows, in puddles after the rain, in the dark screen of his turned-off TV. And no matter where he went, he felt it watching. One evening, as he scrolled mindlessly through his phone, his screen went black for a second, just a glitch. But in that brief reflection, he saw it. The man in the mirror. Only this time, it wasn't just standing still. It was closer, right behind him. Ethan whirled around, but nothing was there. His hands were shaking. His breath came in short gasps. He was losing his mind. He had to be. But then his phone screen glitched again. And this time the reflection wasn't just watching. It was whispering something. But there was no sound. Just lips moving. Ethan dropped his phone. Chapter 4. It Wants Out. Ethan barely slept that night. Every shadow, every darkened screen, every faint reflection sent his heart racing. Then, just past 3 a.m., a soft sound woke him up, a dripping noise, coming from the bathroom. Ethan lay frozen in bed. He didn't want to move. He didn't want to look. But something deep inside told him he had to. Slowly, he got up, his body feeling impossibly heavy. The bathroom door was slightly open. The dim glow of the nightlight inside flickered against the tiled walls. The sink was running. He hadn't turned it on. With a trembling hand, he pushed the door fully open and saw himself. But it wasn't him. The reflection in the mirror was standing there, hands on the sink, staring right at him. Only now there was something different. Its eyes were black. The skin was paler. And it was smiling again. A deep, unnatural grin that stretched too wide. Ethan's breath hitched. He couldn't move. Then the reflection spoke. But not with words. Its lips moved, forming silent syllables. The same way it had in his phone screen. This time, Ethan understood. "Let me out." The lights flickered. The reflection twitched. And then, it moved forward. Not in the mirror. Into the real world. Final thoughts. The man in the reflection is a chilling reminder that sometimes the things we see in mirrors might not just be reflections. What would you do if your reflection smiled, but you didn't?